Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, CD Lamb, George Pickens, and one more duo are considered the top in the NFL. My name is Bossman Jade. Welcome to Broncos Unchained. But the one duo we're going to talk about today, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins of the Bengals. Now, every year you got different stats. You got fantasy football stats, you got actual stats, you've got percentages, you got yards after the catch, all this stuff. And a lot of duos are considered, very good, or they have great fantasy football points here. I don't play fantasy football, so I haven't the slightest idea. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are probably the only one, especially because George Pickens just got traded to the Cowboys, are the only ones that fit in that upper echelon year after year. But there's one thing about it. You take Joe Burrow out, and there's not a competent quarterback to throw it to him. That's what this weekend's show is going to be about. Our chain breakers and dominators for my wife and myself would not change. The chain breakers are the entire offense. I think the entire offense needs to set up. The dominators is still the entire defense. We have some players that can get to the quarterback like no other. We're obviously leading the league in sacks again. And the Bengals, quite frankly, do not have an offensive line that's very good. But I'm not going to beat a dead horse like everybody's been talking about that all day and all week. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about how Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are affected by the loss of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is an unbelievable talent. He is a great quarterback. He has been since he came into the league. But even a superstar can't do much when he's sitting on the bench. So the game last year, excuse me, the game last year between the Broncos and the Bengals was a shootout for the ages. Unfortunately, we didn't come out on top of that one. But this year, we have an advantage. We have two advantages. We're playing it mile high, number one. And number two, the Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. So everybody's called this a get-right game. I'm calling this a kick-ass game.
In 2024, Burrow played all 17 games. So everything below is with Burrow. There is no without Burrow split for 2024. Jamar Chase with Burrow, 127 yards out of 175 targets for 1,700 yards, 17 TDs. T. Higgins he played 12 games, 73 receptions out of 109 targets, 911 yards, and 10 TDs. So 2025 through week 3, Burrow started weeks 1 and 2, then went down with a toe injury. Week 3 was without him. With Burrow, weeks 1 and 2, Chase had 16 receptions, 191 yards, 1 TD, catch rate 76.2%. Higgins, 6 receptions, 12 targets, 89 yards, 1 TD with a catch rate of 50%. So they were on pace pretty much to do the same thing as last year. What it says, 2024, all with Burrow, both guys were productive. Chase was elite volume, efficiency, triple crown season. Higgins was a strong number 2 with double-digit TDs. 2025 so far with Burrow, Chase was humming, 9.1 yards per target. Higgins had the TD but lower catch rate. In the first game without Burrow, both saw volume dip. Chase still got 6 receptions. Without Burrow, week 3, Chase only had 5 receptions on 6 targets for 50 yards. The catch rate was 83.3%, but no touchdowns. Higgins, 1 reception, 2 targets, 15 yards, no touchdowns. So you can see right there how much of a difference Joe Burrow makes for these Cincinnati Bengals. I really wanted to play against him this week and get our revenge, but we can beat them just the same.
So as much as my wife and myself would like to see a revenge game at Mile High and beat the crap out of the Cincinnati Bengals, without Joe Burrow, they're just not the same team. They really suck. So instead, we're just looking forward to a Broncos win and get past this game and get on to the Philadelphia Eagles next week. But we cannot overlook any team because this is professional football. But fortunately, the head off that fucking snake has been cut off. Broncos country, Mile High salute. Take care.